This is a kick drum mic test. I've always wanted to do one of these. We have three stages here, three of the Baby Safe Haven stage PA systems with three sets of drum mics, full drum mics, and the corresponding bass guitar microphones, which these are both used for. And we've got a few sets of even duplicates because we have a kick drum mic and a bass drum mic or bass guitar mic on a few of these. And we're going to do a side-by-side comparison. All four of these have been used as both kick drum and bass guitar microphones, and we just wanted to finally record them. I know what they sound like through a PA system, but sometimes you got to record them just to see, really what it's like. And the four microphones are, we'll start on the top on the left side. That is the Audix D6. That's the top of the line one that we use, the very best. At least financially it was the most. Really not that bad. We got one cheap. Second one is an Audix F14. That's the kick drum mic out of the F series. And it's a good microphone. Very good microphone, actually. And we want to see how that compares, obviously, to its D6 counterpart. The third one is one of the surprising microphones that I've had, and that is a Samson QKick. This one it's a really good mic if you can get a hold of one of these or two of them. Use one for your kick drum and use one for your bass guitar, and you'd be surprised how good they are. And hopefully that'll also be A, B, C, the C compared to the A and the B will be a good comparison. And then we're going to throw in a wild card, actually two wild cards right here. On the CB kick drum, we have the fourth mic, which is an Audio Spectrum, I think it's the A500 model. And it was reviewed in a couple of places, and I picked these up as part of another deal. Somebody threw in, I can't remember if it was two or three of them, but I've got two of them right now. I might have got rid of one somehow or broken it, or who knows. But then I read a review of them and said, hey, it's a muddy-sounding, bassy-sounding microphone if you're using it for singing or spoken word or something of that nature. But if you put it on a kick drum or you put it on a bass guitar amplifier, the person that wrote this review said, hey, it seems to perform pretty good at that. So I decided to give it a try. And I was kind of also surprised. And I've never had a chance to actually record it and then see what it sounds like, A, B, C, D comparison. So what we're going to do is we're going to do the exact same kick. That's what it sounds like, but not through one of the kick drums. That's through this mic that I'm talking through. And we're going to do that 3 times. We're going to do the exact same beat 3 times through the 3 different microphones. The only thing I may do in post is to get the levels almost exactly the same, because if one's a little weaker than the other, it's tough to see through these mixers. They're the exact same mic cables. They're all Monster mic cables. I forgot which one they are. ProLink 100s, I think, the nice molded end cables that I like to use. It's going into a Yamaha EMX 212S. That's a powered mixer, but I'm just using it to mix right now. This isn't going into any speakers. It's got 2 outputs that are going into left and right channel of the camera, which is a JVC digital camcorder. And everything's flat on the mixer. There's no anything. There's no effects. The effects are turned off. Here, I'm make sure it's all off. There's no monitor channels, there's no change, there's no EQ, there's nothing going through this. It's just dead flat. We're just going to go A, B, C, D, see how they sound. And the reason for that is I want to see how they sound before they get into any of the systems and I start to EQ them or do anything with them through the PA systems that we have. Because you may hear something a little here. This one's a little better with the click, so I may have a band that I want to hear that a little better. I don't have a port cut into this drum. This is all about 1 inch off the head. And we're just going to see what they sound like. And maybe some other time I'll cut a port in the head and do A, B, C, D, but stick the microphone inside the port at that point. So when I shut down this mic, the first one you'll hear will be the D6, the F14, the QKick, and then the Audio Spectrum in that order. And then the second wild card is I'm actually speaking to you through one of these microphones. Because remember, I've got duplicates of these because we use one for the kick drum and one for the bass guitars in our 3 setups and some extras and things like that. So afterwards I'll come back on and you'll see if you can guess in the comments below, or maybe I'll put the comment some point, see which one is the one I'm speaking to. Even though it's not a speaking microphone, I got a fairly deep voice, so maybe it'll pick up and see what that does. So here we go. Maybe what I should have done is to not tell you which one was which, and then have you guess as to which one. We're not going to do that. We'll do it this way. The only thing I want you to guess is now, can you guess which one of these four I'm speaking through? Because you're not going to see me. I can't go around to the other side and move the camera. So that's it. That's the test. We wanted to see what they sound like. Leave all the comments you want. I know the audiophiles are going to pick their favorites and say, you know, oh, try this, try a D112. No, I don't want to do all that. I don't care what the others sound like. I mean, they're flat as anything, so we're going to be obviously playing with them when we get them up through the PA system. But this is with the comparison. This is what I always wanted to do with one of these.